Yeah, Rajesh.
Okay, great. So we'll continue from where we left yesterday. Yesterday, a quick recap of what we did. We created a project, dynamic web project. Inside that, when we created, there was a checkbox as create the deployment descriptor. So that created the web.xml, and we went ahead and created one servlet. We actually created two servlet. One is using the option new servlet. The other one we created manually just on plain class, and we extended HTTP servlet. And in web.xml, we added the entries for the servlet so that the server Tomcat knows that there are two servlets which is ready to serve.
Rajesh, could you please expand your screen?
Expand. I have actually
The window what you are, just you can see like 75% on the 100%.
okay.
The Eclipse window.
Now.
Yeah, that one.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Okay. So we created two servlets in the web.xml. We added two entries. One for the first servlet. The servlet name can be any name, but the servlet class should be the package name dot the servlet name. We created one more servlet, and we created the mapping for the servlet. This is the entry point using which the Tomcat will identify that if someone is asking for welcome, I have to go and hit this servlet. If someone is asking for calculate, I have to go and hit this servlet. So far we did. And where we stopped when we gave nothing, when we gave empty, the index.jsp got loaded. How it is loading in the web.xml, the default, the welcome list file, we have index.jsp. This is how this is loading. But if we hit any of one URL like calculate, the calculate was loading, and if we hit welcome, the welcome servlet got loaded. So far we have done. Today, let's pause this for some moment. Let's get the page neat. Like we have this login page. I want to add few, no, not this login page. I have this welcome. Welcome is coming to one page. I want to add some menu to here. So what I'll do when we hit welcome, where it comes, welcome, it goes to welcome servlet. It goes to welcome servlet. I'll go to this servlet file. And what am I doing? I'm just printing here response directly. Instead of that, I will create one file, one JSP file as welcome.jsp. The only thing I have to ensure is it is not in the top. Okay, it's not in the welcome list. Otherwise, this will get loaded. So after I create, I'll give like welcome JSP. Let me test if it is working. It should not work because we just created the page. Servlet doesn't know that the page exists. So inside the servlet, we have to forward to that page. So for that, we have a method as request dispatcher Jakarta servlet Java XML. I use Jakarta servlet. So request dispatcher is an interface. It came in purple color and I. Okay. Request dispatcher equal to response dot get request dot get request dispatcher. Request object dot get request dispatcher of we want welcome.jsp. We want to hook that file and we want to forward rd dot forward. we have to forward using the request and response. So we need to get the content of that file, not the content, the location of the file, and we are forwarding. Let's try it out. If I hit welcome, the welcome JSP should come. Here it is. It is coming. Now, in the welcome JSP, I want to add some menu. For that, what is the way which I shared the other day? Here we have to create HTML. Inside that, we have to give like menu one, whatever is the content, menu one, menu two, and we have to write a CSS class. How do we write create CSS style? Inside the style, we have different option. So instead of we spending time and creating this, there is some external party which is providing free, that is called Bootstrap. They are called Bootstrap. So we go to getbootstrap.com. Just see that there is a new version of available. We hit this and we go to the latest version, which is 4. I'll go to doc. There is something quick start. You can go through this, but the shorter story is Bootstrap provides all the CSS inbuilt. They have written everything inbuilt which we need. We can reuse it. On top of that, you can modify according to your project. So what they have said, quick start. Looking to quickly add Bootstrap to your project, use this. So what they are telling, we copy paste the style sheet into your head HTML before the head. Okay, next they have said something about JS bundle. Here you can go through all these things. I'll quickly go through the starter template where they have provided everything as an like they have put together everything and they have given here. Copy. I'll go to welcome.jsp. I'll paste it here. I didn't do anything. I just copied the boilerplate code which they have provided. Now if I go and refresh, hello world, something has come up. They have given hello world and it has come up. Nothing new or nothing interesting. But now we'll go now to comp layout. I guess layout or components. I need the menu. Menu is called navigation. Navigation. There are various styles available. You can see everything. These are the components they are providing. I'll go. I want the menu. See, this is one menu, base navigation menu. This is the horizontal menu. I don't want this. I don't want this. I want something with a drop down. Fill and justify. I want. Let me see. Here it is, using drop down menu. So this is one default. This is first menu. If I click this, some other menus are coming. This is having a separation, so they are giving separated link. These are all demo. This won't work. We just have to copy the code, and within the head tag, no, within the body tag, I'll replace this line alone with whatever they have given and saved. I didn't do anything on my own. I just copied. That is what I said initially in my class. You will get everything in internet. I am not going to teach you any new syntax. You will get everything. You will get much better than whatever I am telling. But the experience and when to use what, the concepts, that alone you have to take away from the classes. Not the syntax. Syntax also, if something is wrong or something is a bit okay, it is adjustable. You can get in internet. That's a vast resources. So we have we have set up the bootstrap. If I have to write these things, it will take some time. I have to write the code. This much of code I have to write. I have to write a UL tag inside UL li tag. I have to write a class, this class. By the way, I can show you what is there inside this class. If we go to inspect, I showed you the other day using sources, not sources, using elements here. See here. When we expand this, I'll go and see this class. There is a link drop down. See, these many classes they have written internally. You see here the styles, drop down, toggle, display, inline. These are all CSS. So they have written a bunch of CSS in this file. If I go and open this file is of like 140 lines. This CSS they have written. So instead of writing from scratch, we use the Bootstrap. Most of the projects we use Bootstrap. We take the Bootstrap code, we update the CSS alone. We change the CSS accordingly to whatever we need. So here I'll change the code now. The first menu is action. I'll give about us. Second is the drop down, right? So calculation. Third is something else here. What is something else? Okay, action, another action, something else. No, drop down is what is calculation. Calculation. Here I will give as addition. No, actually addition and all will be giving internally. So we'll just give here as calculation. Calculation. And what is the other servlet we have? Welcome servlet. So the first one, let's have it as welcome. And the second one as calculation. Just two menus we'll have. I'll get rid of the other one. This also I'll get rid of it. And the third menu also I'll get rid of it. Fourth menu is disabled. Again, I'll get rid of this. I'll retain only these two. Now if we'll have welcome and calculation. Okay, good. Now I want to do one more thing. We had written one more servlet as welcome. Correct? We had two servlet, localhost /April/welcome. What did this? Okay, welcome is bringing here. Then we had written one more as calculate. So I want to show this page when I click on this calculation. That case, what I have to do here, you see the reference href. This is the main menu, which is the top calculation. Inside that, the sub menu is calculation here. Let me change it as calculation sub so you'll understand. Calculation sub. Here href is given as hash. You notice here when you mouse over, see the bottom left side, bottom left corner, you see, you can see welcome and hash. Okay, that hash is what is given here. If I change here to ABCD some junk character, now if I refresh and mouse over, notice that. Can you see that? Bottom
before and say now you can see the same the calculation happen.
Now it is ABCDF bottom left side, bottom left corner, you see. Localhost 8080 April 26 week ABCD F.
Okay.
It has changed. Yeah, I will change now here as some other junk character. Again, if I refresh, it has changed. So this link is what is taken here. Now where should it go? It should go to calculate. This is the URL. So now if I refresh, this will show as /calculate. But this won't load because what is a URL? Localhost /calculate. But what is a URL that should work? April 26/calculate. That is missing here. So the April 26 should come. So what we'll do, from the current URL, go to the next URL. That's just a dot. So now if you see April 26/calculate, bottom left, I click here, see it has come to the next page. It has come to the next page. In the next page, I have to move back to the previous page. What I will do, I will copy the entire content. calculator. Here welcome, I'll go dot welcome. So from this welcome page, if I click there, it has gone there. If I click welcome, the URL is changing. You see here. I click here, the URL has changed. We have given both the places same content. So the content is not showing. Let me change the content here. This is calculator page. And this is welcome page. Okay, this is calculator
That means
page.
Rajesh, for every page we are creating one JSP, right?
Yes.
Without that also we can do in only one JSP. Without we have like welcome.jsp, calculation.jsp, like that, right?
Yes. Without that, you can do in one JSP, but we won't
More
do it.
complicated, right?
Yeah, it will become complicated. The coding will be so huge. It will not be easy to understand. Maintainability will become very tough. So for every page, we create one like JSP page. Whatever menus are there, we create one JSP page. When I click welcome, it is in welcome. Click. This is changing now. So when we click through the servlet, it is going. It is going through the servlet. Servlet is what is redirecting to the page. We are not accessing the page directly, right? Servlet is what is accessing. Now I'll show you one trick here. Suppose I am a hacker and I know this page. What I can do, localhost 8080 slash April 26 slash welcome dot JSP. Let's say I know this page. I hit this. See here, I'm able to access the page directly. This is not a right way. Only a server should give the page. I should not directly access any page other than the landing page. So to prevent that, what we do is you just move the pages other than the index page, because index is the welcome page inside WebINF. That's all. I move the pages inside WebINF. If you put something inside WebINF, it is protected. The server cannot access it. See, 404. I cannot find what you are asking. When it was outside,
that's the use of WebINF.
yes, web information, it is protected.
Okay, because from yesterday onwards, I'm confusing what's the use of WebINF.
Yes, it is a protected directory. So if it was when it was outside, we were able to access. Now it is not working, but this will work. Only a servlet should be able to send us to this page, not a user. User should not directly go. If I go and call the welcome servlet should send, but it is not sending. The reason is in welcome servlet, one small change we have to do. Welcome servlet, what we did, dot. Instead of that, where is the file now? WebINF. So from the WebINF, show the file.
Yeah, I'm looking for a job, but I'm only looking for like cop to cop position.
Welcome. See, now it is
Yeah,
coming.
this.
Same way in the other servlet also. Calculation, I'll change to WebINF. Web information. So now from welcome, the calculation also it is working. So when I try to access the page directly, both the pages should not work. Calculate.jsp not found. But the page is there, you cannot access it directly. Come through a servlet. It is protected. when I come through a servlet, it will work. By the way, the servlet name and the file name are same, so you may get confused. In case, I'll change it also. I'll change this as welcome will go to welcome servlet, calculate will go to calculation servlet. In the servlet, I'll change the file name welcome page dot .jsp. In here, I will change as calculator page dot .jsp. In this case, it is not going to work because there is no page. We have to rename the page.
Rajesh, I'm a little bit confused here.
Yes, please.
Directly the end user calling, the you told here two different. One is servlet calling, the other one is the user calling, right?
Yes.
I see when you're refreshing the pages, only the servlet is calling, right? I don't see.
Yeah, that is why I changed the page. Wait, I'll show you. That is why I changed the page.
I'm a little bit confused.
Yeah. Where is rename? Here it is. Calculator page.jsp. That is the rename. Welcome page.jsp.
Okay, that means now outside of the web INF, it's going to call.
Now the servlet name is the servlet will be called using /welcome and /calculate. Is this clear?
Yeah, because first it's going to call /welcome, the second it's going to call /calculate.
Yes, and the page name is calculate page and welcome page. So if now I am going to call /welcome, it will go to welcome servlet. The welcome servlet will redirect to this welcome page.jsp. Now, if I try to access welcome page.jsp directly, it will throw error. But through servlet, it is coming. This is welcome page. See, where it is welcome. This is welcome page JSP called by servlet. So this is a welcome page JSP called by a servlet. We are calling servlet. We are not calling the page, right? We don't know what is the page.
Both are called by servlet only. One is displayed, the other one is not displayed.
No, I changed now. Both will be displayed. When it was outside.
Okay.
No. What is your question?
No, I'm good. Everything is called by servlet, but the thing when it is secured, it has to be inside web INF. If it is not secured, it has to be outside of the web INF.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Okay. When it is outside, calling through servlet is just one option. You can directly call also. But if it is inside, only a servlet can call. You cannot call it. Okay. Now, this is clear. Let's go back to the home. Here, we will, for now, we'll get rid of these things. All these are okay. Now what I will do, I have created one. Oh, this is in the other package, servlet demo. What I'll do, I'll create one folder or the package as domain, and we'll create one Pojo. Pojo is plain old Java object, simple class, and the class name is user. I'll create it as user class because sometimes the jars might have this same class name. Just I don't want to get confused. Rename file. So user class is my Pojo, and I'll have what I'm having username and password. So string username string password, and I right click source generate getters and setters. Okay, great. So I created one Pojo. Now I'll get rid of this page. Now I have to come to this, the blue color page, which is the index page. So from the index page, when I click on submit, I should go to the welcome page with the menu. For that, in the index page, where is the submit? Remember me, submit. Okay, this is the submit. When I click on this, what I will do is I have created one tag as form and action. I am giving the servlet URL calculate, and this form will be closed here. So I'm enclosing this content inside a form. Now when I click submit, it is going JSP file web.inf.
Rajesh, my question here.
Yes.
If you see on the URL, it clearly says that where it is going to point, and then where it is going to point, and then where it is going to call, right?
Yes.
April 26th, calculate, and then it's going to
Yes.
username and
Yes.
password. Okay.
Because this
That
is a
means,
get.
okay. That means
You,
all the URLs we are using, for example, we are in the, we are in different projects, we have like different URLs, right? Client URLs, the same process they are going to follow. Process means the same thing.
We won't show the values in the URL. It will be hidden in the
Okay.
post.
Okay. But the same thing, right?
Yes, yes. The concept is same.
Okay.
Okay. So from index, I am calling calculate. No, I should call welcome. Welcome. I click on this. See, it is gone to welcome. Welcome servlet with username and password. If you're confused, I can remove this entire CSS. I can explain later then. We have in this page, we have one text box as username, another text box as password, and we have the submit. Let me get rid of this. Remember, if these are going to confuse us, let's not have it. Register also. By the way, what happens? There is something else. Okay, there is no code. I took that from Bootstrap. So, okay, that is gone now. We have just the login text, username as label, text box, password, and text box, and submit. So, HTML tag, we have the label tag, and we have the input for the label, and the name is username. This is how it goes into the servlet. And we have the label for password, and name is password. We have a unique identifier. Now, when I click submit, wherever the form action is pointing to, if suppose by mistake I give welcome 1, it will try to go to welcome 1 servlet and throw error that it is not found. So when I click submit, it goes to the welcome servlet and the username and password. Let me try giving some username and password. Rajesh. Here the password is visible. To make it hidden, HTML property type equal to text. Instead of that, if you give type equal to password, it will give all dots. This one property. Now if I give submit, see here, top you remember. Just focus here, username equal to Rajesh, password equal to Rajesh, and submit equal to submit. Okay. Now this is how it is. These are called the query parameters. This is called a query. In one of my slide, I showed that this is a server address, this is a port, this is the resource, this is a resource again, and these are the query parameter after question mark, whatever comes. Now I have not given anything in the form, so it goes through get. Now if I go, let me show you how I am telling that it is going through get. I inspect and go to network. When this is called, you click on this, see here, request URL, and request method is get. Just hold on for a second with this. Let's add one attribute as method equal to post, which means I'm telling don't call the get method of the servlet, call the post method of this servlet. Now I'll refresh again. I hit the same submit. No, what happened now? Method equal to post on action. Waiting here. No. Method equal to post. Remove this. No, something else is there. I'll check it out and come back. But where is the query parameter? See, it didn't call the query parameter, right? Yeah, it is calling. Correct. See here. Earlier I didn't save it properly. So if you give method equal to post, you notice that the URL is not visible. It is secure. When I gave method equal to get, that's the default. When I gave method as get, the entire URL, whatever value was passing on to the servlet, was getting displayed here. It didn't save properly. Still, it's taking some time. So when it was get, the value was displaying. When I change to post, the value is not displaying now. It is taking. This is what I was telling the other day. Okay, here it is. When I gave method equal to get, I can see everything. So as a user, it is hackable. I can see that whatever I am sending. So I'll give post now. And I'll pass the parameter. Okay, that's old error. So I'll go to the URL. I'll pass the parameter. Okay, then refresh. It takes some time. Okay, so post is calling, and see here the method is post. The same values will be passed. Now we'll see how to get this value in the servlet. Which servlet we are calling? Welcome servlet. I'll go to the welcome servlet. Here where it will come to the post. From the post, it is calling do get. So from the post, it goes here. That is why our page is getting loaded. So in the post, I'll give a sysout. Now in here itself, anyway, it comes to the get method, right? I'll give a sysout, which we studied in the core Java. Sysout request dot get parameter of what is the value we are passing. The username which we type will be inside the field, inside the attribute username. So we'll give request.get parameter of in double quotes username. That's all. I'll just print and see. Okay, see here. Following?
Uh, Rajesh, a quick question. Sorry.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So whenever we do the post or get method in the form, right? So we map it to the dot welcome page. So when we do it from there, directly it comes to the servlet class. And if we point to do like post method, does it go for the post method in the line 45?
Yes. Now it came to the post method only. What we
Okay.
have given, the method is post, correct? I'll give a
Yes.
sysout and show you here. Sysout control has come inside post. Now going to call get method below. Because below, if you see, it is calling do get. What is do get? It
Exactly.
is this method.
It's redirecting.
Yes. So I'll refresh and show you. Click here. It is just now restarted. One second.
Yeah.
Control has come inside post. Now going to call the get method. So it goes like this.
And the Rajesh.
If I
Okay.
don't want to
And
redirect to get, I can
okay.
stop this and do my logic here. I
Okay.
can
Directly.
eliminate this. Yes, yes, yes. It
Okay.
is not mandatory that you have to always redirect it to get and write the logic. I can cut the logic, whatever I'm doing here. I can paste it here and get rid of this. Go. Now I'm not redirecting. Let's just have that. Okay, it's restarting. The Tomcat is restarting.
Yeah.
Now if I refresh and this, still it works. See, but now it did not go there.
It did print from the post method.
It is working from the post itself. Okay, how am I telling it's not going there? I'll just give us this out here. Inside get this out should not come. I'll go back, refresh. It didn't come.
Yes. And one more thing, Rajesh. So we were doing the get method, right? And we were seeing the query parameters in the URL. And while we were doing the post, we rectified it. So how do we get the things then? So is it when we call the post method, are we getting in the request body?
Yes,
Or is
yes.
it
No,
in
no,
the
we are
string?
getting in the request. That is, see, in the post, I'm printing the value. You see here, I am giving what is the username Rajesh and password is Rajesh. When I click here, it is not passing here, but still it is going through the post. I am printing, see here. I am retrieving it from the request. Everything will be there in the request. Let me try if I can debug this and show you. Same way how we debug the core Java program, I can debug. Once I hit submit, the control comes here. Everything will be inside this request bucket.
Okay.
This will have all the parameters which is given in the HTML page. All the input tags, this will have all the name. The name is a keyword. Whatever is there in the name, everything will be there in the request.
Oh, does it store like a map value, like it's a key and
Not
value
map.
pair?
Yeah, the control has come now. See here. Okay, so the control has come now. So this sysout should have come. Okay, it has come. We have printed the get parameter, request.get parameter, and we are going to write something. Now let me open this request. What's there in the request? Request parameter map. Let me double click and expand it. This note somewhere it used to be. But not map. Request or get parameter, because we are getting all the parameters as get parameter. No, I'll find out and tell you, but I used to see somewhere here.
Yeah. Okay, Rajesh. That's fine.
No, I'll find out and tell you, but it will be in the parameter, not a map. So we can access using request.get parameter of whatever name we used in the HTML page. So username, I am getting like this, and password, what is the name attribute in HTML? Let me stop this debugging and start the Tomcat in normal way. Save and get rid of this. Okay, what is the password? We had name. Name is password. So I'll copy this request.get parameter of password. Now we'll come back to core Java. We'll assign this as a string. String username equal to request.get parameter of username, and string password equal to request.get parameter of password. Now what I will do, once the user clicks on submit, we'll be taking to the next page. There I'll tell hello whatever name, whoever has come. For that I have to put this back in the request.set attribute username and the username whatever we received. So, and we are forwarding to welcome.jsp, welcome page.jsp. So I'll go back to welcome page. Welcome page. Here I have to display welcome. This is welcome page. Instead of that, welcome. I have to display the value. To display the value, I'll come back on a separate session how to retrieve and display the value. For now, quickly I'll tell we can use dollar and give the value which is there in the request. Let's try it out. See, welcome Rajesh. So what happened from the index page, using the name attribute, which is a keyword, we call the servlet. In servlet, we retrieve that username and we put it inside a request attribute. This request is actually passed in this forward. When we are forwarding to this particular page, the request and the response is being passed. So the request has this attribute. From the request attribute, this is called EL, expression language. Just give a dollar and a flower bracket and give the value which is there in the request attribute. We can retrieve it. There are actually different ways. I'll show it separately. For now, see here. Any questions so far?
Rajesh, is it mandatory to pass both the request and response objects back to the?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thanks.
That's a that is a what is a specification. When you forward, it is mandatory to forward the request and response.
Okay.
Okay, that's a spec. Now, if this is clear, we'll before we wind up for the class, quickly we'll do the max program, whatever we did in the code Java. So now it is here. I click on this calculate. What is the error? Calculate page, calculator page not found. Okay, because I have given as calculate page. I have to rename. That's when I get used to the rename. I don't. There's a rename. I refactor rename. Okay. Calculate. What is the error I got? Calculator page. Calculator page.jsp not found because that's the one I used in the servlet. So it's trying to go into that page. Let me see if it works now. All right. Yeah, the calculator works. Now let's go ahead and add the first number and second number quickly. So this is no longer needed. This also is no longer needed. This is no longer needed. Our work now is in calculator page. We'll go to calculator JSP. Here I will add input. Input name equal to first number. Input name equal to second number. I'll give, let's see what happens. Okay, two input boxes has came. Default is not there. I'll give value equal to 0. Let's see what happens. Default has come. Another one I didn't give value, so default has not come. Now I need a neat label here, right? So I'll use label tag, label, enter first number. If you see, if you correlate this with the code Java, we wrote this in the system.out.println and we captured it using the buffered reader. The same thing we are doing now in HTML. Enter second number. Second number. Let's refresh. Enter second number. Now we want one button. Button. I've used Bootstrap, right? Let me go to Bootstrap and try adding Bootstrap button. This will be beautiful. See here, there are so many beautiful buttons. Can you tell me which one should I use? Any suggestion? Which one can I use?
Probably the green one.
Primary.
Primary. Okay. I'll use the primary. I'll replace here. Okay. Let's see if we got it. Okay, we got this. Cool. Now again, input also I'll go ahead and give some neat. Input box. I am not able to this form. Form control. Okay, input box. Just like this. Disable read only plain text. Okay, confirm identity file input. I'll go ahead to the top itself. I want this way. So okay, so I'll just use this class. If I use this class alone, that is sufficient. Input first number, form control plain text. Maybe I should enclose within the form. Yes, I have to enclose within a form. class MB3 row. This class, okay. I'll copy this and place it below this one. Let's run and see. Okay, that is the password is come on. Where did I give that class? Remove this. Input type equal to text read only and remove the read only. I'll copy this once again to site and ID I don't need. This ID I don't need. This label will be the first number and this will be the second number. Okay, now name alone. Name is I'm having first input name equal to first number and name equal to second number. Let me see. Okay, first number, second number. I can safely remove these things. Okay, good. Why it is coming in big, like occupying the entire content? That's Bootstrap. That alone is a separate topic because we have MB3 a row. It's going to occupy. So that's separate. For now, we'll leave it as it is. We got the style. Now I have to enclose using a form tag. Form action equal to, where should I go? I should call where should I go? I should call the process servlet. I'll create one more as process and method is get use for now. I'll cut this. I'll put it after the submit button. Okay. Control Shift F. So neatly formatted. Now, okay, everything is good. When I click on primary, it's going to tell what happened. Servlet is restarting. Path exception calculator, that is old. Clear. Okay, primary, that is the reason it's not type is submit. We should make it as submit. Only then it will submit. If type is button means it is just a button. It won't do anything. So I didn't refresh. When I refresh, the type is submit. It is telling process and it is passing the parameter not found. Let's create the servlet quickly. Main servlet, I'll right click, simple class as process servlet, and what I have to do, I have to just extend extends HTTP servlet from Jakarta. HTTP servlet from Jakarta and right click source, override and implement method, do get and do post. Okay, I got these methods. Which one I'm going to use now? Get. So first thing I'll give a sysout. I am
Rajesh,
type.
every servlet it has to be named as .java.
It's a Java file.
Okay.
You have to name it as Java. Servlet is a name, but what is servlet? It's a Java program. That's all.
Okay.
Java programs will have to be named as .java.
Okay.
So process servlet. Here I will copy the this, where did I write that line? Request.get parameter. I'll copy this so that I will not write the code again. Inside the process servlet, I'll get what is the name, first num. First num is the first number, and second num is the second number. So the first value will come in this. Okay, REQ, but I've used REQUASD, not a problem. The object name alone, right? So, okay, and then I'll give one more sysout to confirm if I have received the values here. Received values, username plus one empty space plus password. Okay, good. So far, let's run and see, will it work or not? Anyone? When I hit primary, now will the error go away or not?
I think it will go away.
No. Why?
Uh,
Why?
Maybe it's before it was like inside has inside the folder like that.
No. We created
That's it.
servlet. Okay. We created servlet. That's all. How does the program know that there is, how does Tomcat know that there is a servlet?
Okay. Uh,
We have to give the access.
In the web.xml. We have to tell to Tomcat that, hey, I created one more servlet. Please add this to your directory. If someone is going to call, use this also. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the entry which I am giving. This is like an index book where this is for the Tomcat to remember that, okay, now I have 3 servlets. And how will someone be calling the third servlet? It will be process. If someone calls through this process, I have to take them to this process servlet. So process servlet. Now this will work. It is not restarted. Process. What did I give? Process. There an issue? Java compiler April 26th with match level does not match. There is a problem. Morning I was doing something else. Compiler. Okay, it is correct only. Project team. Java compiler level does not match the version of the installed Java project. Okay, I'm using 15 only for a long time. Where is the class navigator? Let me try deleting this. Okay, but the process servlet got created. If I clean the project, servlets are getting created, so it should not be an issue. Let me try restarting this server. So calculate, this is process servlet, name servlet dot process servlet, that's a class name, slash process. Okay, let me, yeah, it is calling now. The server was not restarted. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm inside process server. So in this page, so when we click on the primary button, we are calling the dot process and two parameters, first num and second num should come. Received values empty. We didn't give any value. Now I'll give 10 and 20. Why is it dot? Type is password. Type should be text. Type should be text. I'll save and refresh again. 10 and 20 will be primary. See in the query parameter 10 is going and 20 is going. In the sysout, we should be receiving 10 and 20. Super. We got so far. Now we'll do something in core Java. We wrote one class as max operation class and one method max operation and integer number 1, integer number 2. Remember? Do you remember this?
Where I just we are going to get the numbers and add it.
Yes. Public integer. So based on this action, we used switch case. Remember this? Switch case statement. We are going to use the action. If this is new for someone, then please go back to the video. It's there. And if it is
Rajesh, sorry
add,
to break here.
yes.
Before we written the number 10 and 20, right? On the consoles, not on the
That's in
consoles.
servlet.
Servlet. In the web page, we given the numbers, and that web page is displayed in the Java console. That's
Yes,
what
from the web page, correct. From the web page, the control came to servlet. In the Java console, it is displayed now. Now we have to add this and display back is here. Big 30. That is what we are trying to do.
Okay.
So we wrote one method and we have a switch case. Add means what we'll do, return. Now we'll have one result here. Integer result. Now what we are going to do? Result equal to number 1 plus number 2. And we are going to return that. We have to do a return statement, return the result. So what happened? It is not declared. So we have to declare a default value. Let's declare as 0. It will automatically do. Instead of null, I'll give as 0. It's safe. Now we created one class. We have a method. We have to call this class from the servlet. This is core Java. So max operation object equal to new max operation. Now we'll call max operation object dot max operation. 3 parameters we have to pass. We received the parameter here. First is, where am I giving this? Okay, I am storing in username. It's confusing, right? I'll store it as input first number, input second number. So I received 2 values. I'll pass that first number here. I'll pass the second number to the sysout and pass the second number here. And here I will pass add. Tomorrow we'll update the program to dynamically. So for now, what is happening? Change method to string. Okay. I'll convert the string to integer. How do we do this? For Java, integer dot parse int of. Now you see where we are using the core Java. These are all core Java concepts. Integer dot parse int of second number. So we convert string to an integer. We convert string to an integer and we call this method. This method is going to return a result of integer. The result from method. Purposely I'm giving the variable different so that you can understand it. Now we are getting the result. Let's do a sys out in the Java program. Once result from method. Okay, let's check this out. Refresh. Server is loaded. 10 and 20. When I give the result should be 30 here. 10 plus 20 is 30 only, right? Okay, I'm passing second number itself 2 times. First I have to pass the first number, right? First number, here second number. Now let's refresh and see. 10 plus 20, which is 30. 30 should come here. It is coming here. Now we have to display it in the screen. That's very easy. What we'll do, we have already the result here. I'll use request.set attribute. Where are we forwarding to the page? We don't have a page here. So request.set attribute result value and result from method. Now I have to send it to the page. For that I'll use request dispatcher interface jakarta.servlet. Please note this carefully. There are 2 interfaces from javax.servlet or Jakarta servlet. If you use Java X and deploy in Tomcat 10, it's going to throw you error. Tomcat 10 has undergone a change. So rd equal to new request not new. It is from request. We have to get the request dispatcher. Request from the request object dot get request dispatcher of. We'll give output dot JSP. Okay, now this will throw an error, right? There is no page as output.jsp. Did I give get or post? It is coming correctly only. But what is happening?
Rajesh?
Yes.
So you were speaking about the Jakarta and the Java X, right? So what is that major difference that we can see in the Java X and Jakarta?
No. Java X and Jakarta. The methods have been replaced and the new spec is followed. Java X didn't come with an upgrade for a long time. So the first time the Tomcat 10 has gone into the Jakarta spec. We'll speak about that more. Once we finish off this advanced concepts, then you'll when I explain that you'll understand. Okay, I'll go over that. I'll explain you.
Yeah, thanks, Rajesh.
Sure. So what is the problem here? It has come to do get. Everything is good. Request dispatcher. I have to give rd.forward. That's missing, right? So request comma response. Correct only. And the semicolon is missing. Okay. Now if I go the server just now it's restarting. So now if I go, okay, not found. Great. Because we don't have this page. I'll quickly go ahead inside WebINF. I want this to be protected. So I'll give as output.jsp and I want to display the result value alone. So I'll use dollar flower brace and this value. Dollar flower brace value. Let's see if we are getting that. I give 10 plus 20, what it is? Server didn't restart. Output.jsp. Where, okay, I forgot, right? I should do webinf slash. It is a protected webinf slash. Now if I go webinf, server is restarting. Great, 30. Now let's just bring it H1 tag. This will make it bigger. Bigger. If I want to still do style equal to font size 50 instead of H1, I'll give as div tag.
Rajesh, in the
Yes.
JSP, we can use the HTML, the JavaScript, the CSS, and
Yes,
everything, right?
actually JSP, when Java met CSS, HTML and JavaScript, it became JSP.
Okay.
In JSP, you can write Java code, you can write HTML code, CSS code, JavaScript code.
Okay.
Pixel, 100 pixel.
Just we are writing that the JSP files, and that by using that web.xml, we are going to call it. That's it, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Color red. Okay, here it is. So now this is dynamic program, right? I can give whatever I want and the output will be shown here. Now are you able to link the core Java and the advanced Java where how we are bringing it now?
Yeah, Rajesh.
So quickly I'll summarize what we did. The entry point of any Java web application is web.xml. So we created servlets here in the package, and we have to give all the servlets in this web.xml and the servlet mapping. How do you want the servlet to be called? Using calculate or calculate one. So how you want to be called? Then inside each of the servlet, we have a get method and a post method. Not mandatory, you have to use both. Depending on what you are going to give here, form action equal to get means you have to put your logic in the get method. And now what we did in HTML page, we created two input tags with name as first num and second num. And when the button was clicked, we called the process servlet. It came to web.xml. It went here. From here, it went here. Servlet name. It went here. Then it went to this class. Then it went to this class. Then it saw what should I call? Okay, get I should call. It went to the do get. From the request parameter, what am I getting? First num. Okay, what is their first num? This one. So whatever is typed in this input box will be stored in first num. That is got here. That is a string because request.get parameter will return a string as per the documentation. I am storing in two strings. Now I wrote one standalone another class. This is code Java. I wrote a class. I wrote a method inside that to accept two numbers and one action. And I'm doing a switch case. If the action is add, it will be addition of two numbers and I'm breaking. Tomorrow we'll extend this program to do all multiplication, subtraction and division. Then the output I am returning back. I am getting here as result. I'm printing in the sysout. I'm setting in request.set attribute and I get an access to the page inside webinf and I forward this value. If I give as $, this is called EL, expression language. If I give like this, this is going to print me this page. Any questions so far? You can ask me.
Rajesh, can you please repeat the mapping thing? Uh,
With this one.
yes, please. How are we processing here to the class?
Okay. So
So let's
from
take the. Okay.
let's take
go ahead.
the one which we created now. In the calculator page, I am giving here dot process. I'll change this dot process maths. Okay. Now server or Tomcat should know that there is a servlet like this. So this URL I have to give in the mapping here. I'll give here.
Rajesh, that servlet has to be start with dot, right? You told before
Servlet
that we have to name it as in front dot, right? Dot slash and dot.
here. Here you
Yeah.
give it.
Okay, it has to be like that. The
No,
naming convention.
no. It is not naming. Actually, dot is not naming convention. What dot means is from the current URL. This is the current URL. From the current URL, call the servlet. Dot
Okay.
represents this current directory. Even in Windows, we'll have, like when you go to command prompt and go cd dot dot, right? What does mean? You are
You go to previous
coming
directory.
one level. Yeah, that dot means previous directory. One dot means current directory. So from the current directory, call this servlet.
Gotcha.
That's what dot means.
Mhm.
So this dot will come to web.xml. So we will copy this one and servlet mapping. We have to give it in servlet mapping and we have to map it to a servlet name. This can be our own unique name. This need not, you don't get confused with this. This has to be in JSP. I'll give here like this. This has to be in JSP. So I'll give this has to be in JSP. This has to be in JSP. I'll rename as it is. So this has to be in JSP. Okay, got it. This our own unique name. Where it is here, our own unique name. The servlet name here and the servlet name here should be matching. That's all. That this has no link with the servlet name actually. So here it was. Is
Uh,
yes.
Rajesh, here this has to be in this JSP, and then the next step will go to the above line. Our
Yes.
own unique.
First it will come here. First
Okay.
from the page, this will take it. This will carry two values: action and method. This will go and look in the Tomcat web.xml whether there is something like this. I'll copy this. I'll do how the server will work. It was going to search. Okay, I found it. Okay, this is what it will
Mhm.
found. Okay, what is given? Something is given against me, against this URL. Okay, I'll take this. I'll search. If something is okay, I got it. Okay, where it is given, I have to go to this. I'll take this. Do I have something like this? Yes, I have it. Now it will come here. Now the second attribute which it was carrying, right? Get or post, it will go and search. They have asked me to call the get method. Do I have a do get method? Yes, I have it. Now I'll go inside this. This is how it will work. Did it answer your
Rajesh,
question?
in web.xml, just we have only just the get
Redirection.
method.
The web.xml is just like a signboard, like an address board for you to reach into a place. It doesn't do anything. But if you want to go to some address, the street numbers are there, right? The signboards which is there in the road, that only will tell you, oh, this is road number 1. This is the second cross, correct? That is what web.xml is. It doesn't do
Okay.
anything else. It just tells to the server, this means you have to go here. Okay. This means you have to go here. That's all. Web.xml work is over.
What about get? You told that do get.
That will be handled inside the servlet. Servlet should have, if someone is coming with a get method, servlet should have a do get. Otherwise, it will throw error.
Okay.
If
The
someone
get
is
is going
coming,
to call do get. That's what you're
correct,
telling.
correct. Now,
Okay.
no. Suppose I'll delete this. Okay. Servlet is having only do get. Now I am calling post. Let's assume this. This will throw error that method not allowed. You are calling post, but servlet is not having post. Servlet can serve only get,
Okay.
because in the form we are telling you have to call do post. But servlet should be ready serving do post, right? It is not having do post. We didn't override it.
Okay.
Let's take the other way. Servlet is having post, which means we are securing the servlet. No one should call my servlet with the get method. Now someone is trying to call using a get method. The servlet will throw error. You cannot call me using get method. Okay, this is old issue. Here, get is not supported by the URL. See the error? HTTP method get is not supported. You are calling using get, but I am protected. You can call me only through a post. Don't call me through a get. If I have both,
Okay.
the servlet is okay. I'm flexible. It is your wish. If you want to be protected, call using post. But if you want to be public, you call using get.
Okay. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. Did this answer, like earlier one person asked me, did this answer the mapping?
Yes, Rajesh. And
Okay.
a quick question. So in the servlet class, we mapped it to main servlet dot process dot servlet in the web.xml.
Web.xml, we map to
Yep.
the servlet. Here,
Yes.
this is the
So
class
if you,
name.
but what is the main dot servlet dot? Is
Main
it
servlet
diff-
is, see here, main servlet is the package
okay?
and process servlet is the actual class name. So package name dot class name.
So do we need to provide this format for every
Yes,
time?
fully qualified servlet name. That is what we refer. Fully qualified means the complete package name. It can be inside. Let's say this is in another package. A dot B dot C dot D dot names. You have to give here the fully qualified name from. I mean, where to reach this servlet. A dot B dot the exact name it should give. What you do is you just copy the package name, whatever is given in the servlet, whatever is the package name, copy, paste it, put a dot, and put the servlet name. That's all.
Got it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Any more
Thank you,
questions?
Rajesh.
Great, great. Okay then. So we'll meet up tomorrow then.
Yep.
Have
Thanks,
a nice
Rajesh.
day. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. You have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.